doing life. It's the experience we all hold dear. It's reflected in our communities. It's reflected in our people. It's the one thing that unites us all, family and friends. Together, we all have something to share.
Well, welcome to another episode. We're so glad you could join us today. You know, I love music personally. I spent a lot of time in the music business, and I love having conversations about music because music's one of those unique art forms that just transforms people's lives. It's also kind of a time capsule thing, right? You know, it's like whenever you think of a song, you can always remember where you were and what was happening at that time. And so today we're going to take a few moments and speak with Chloe, who's a musician, who's a worship musician, as a matter of fact, and loves to worship, is a piano player. Just learned a little bit ago that she was also a drummer for a little while. And she's going to share her heart with us about music and what it means to her. So, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, you play piano.
I do.
And you write songs.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your songwriting journey.
Yeah. So I would begin to write songs. So I started piano when I was like 7. So started pretty young. I always wanted to get into worship and songs that I liked to sing and like to play to. And so I'd always write down lyrics, and I'd fill like half of a page, but it was never enough to create a full song. And again, I was so young, so it was more just thoughts and feelings. And so eventually, when I got older, I just wanted to finish that, and I wanted it to be a very personal, emotional, intimate thing that I was able to create. So I had recently, so I've written 2 songs. So within the past few years, I've written a couple. So yeah, that was my journey there.
So songwriting, really, there's the music side to it. I spent a lot of time in the music business, and so I've worked with a lot of songwriters. But there's also the lyric side of it. And this is something that's very unique about worship music, isn't it? It's the lyrics. So share with me a little bit, like, what really is the connecting point when it comes to lyrics, particularly in worship music?
Yeah. So I love that, you have these significant moments in your relationship with the Lord, and you can point back to, obviously, the time that you were saved or you had this big revelation of some sort. And for me, that was always, connected to music in some form, whether I was at a big conference, a worship conference, or just, intimate car rides with worship music on. But I just love that there's songs that connect to everyone individually and so personally. And those lyrics are describe your relationship with the Lord. And so everyone feels those so differently. So yeah, lyrics and the music are just huge, and again, such a personal experience.
Gotcha. So, aspiring songwriter, you've written a couple songs. I'm sure you've got a real heart to write many more songs. So share with me this, because this is always a key component to a songwriter, or really any artist. What's your inspiration? Like, what's the key inspiration? We know life is an inspiration, but usually there's key inspirations for you. What is yours?
Absolutely. So personally, I wanted to write something that sounded like a relationship. So you couldn't quite differentiate if you were talking, obviously worship songs are usually very blatant, and you can tell there's, a Christian element of some sort. So I wanted to create something because that relationship with the Lord is the most important and the most influential in my life. So I wanted to just be able to write something that described those feelings and and the relationship that I had with Jesus, but come off almost as, I can't tell, is she talking, is this more of like a pop related song, or just kind of right there in the middle. So you're drawn in by the words and the lyrics and the intimacy of it. And then, it's clearly defined at some point that obviously it's my relationship with the Lord. But so that was, I don't know, I kind of wanted that middle point, and to be able to really just tap into my life story and that journey of where the Lord's brought me to.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good statement. Your life story.
Yes.
Right. Poured out on a piece of paper, ultimately poured out through music.
Absolutely.
And I think that's how we get to connect a lot more, right? I would venture to say, and you'll probably agree with me, that being an artist, a musical artist, gives you that opportunity to express something unique and people to connect to, right?
Absolutely.
That'd be like your greatest joy, right? Is that
Yes.
people could actually find the Lord and find their worship through your music.
Very much so.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Chloe, we're so thankful for you to take some time and share a little bit of your heart,
Absolutely.
of what it's like to be an artist in modern day, right?
Yes,
Particularly when it comes
for
to
sure.
worship, since it's so expressive. And folks, I hope you were able to grab a hold of something unique here as Chloe shared her heart. We all have different experiences, and we all have unique points of view. But the one thing we all have in common is we all have something to share. I want to encourage you to share your experiences and your stories with us here at Medi-Share. Go to Medi-Share.com and share with us what's going on in your life. God bless you. Have a great day. We've all been given gifts by God. Do you know what yours are? Here's a practical way to find out what they may be. Don't miss out on your spiritual gifting and how to put them into practice. Download your spiritual gifts worksheet now.